Well, that wraps up the New York Jets in the preseason. They fall to the Philadelphia Eagles 19-17, and they were this close to coming all the way back and tying it up. But hey, let's talk about everything you need to know about what happened in the preseason finale from the perspective of who made an impact enough to warrant them making the 53-man roster, because winning this game really does not mean anything. The starters did not play. The only starter that participated tonight was the Jets' right tackle, the rookie first-round pick, Armand Membou, had 2 series. He had 1 penalty. The second penalty was not on him, but the ref made it seem like it was him. It was the right guard, whatever. We're going to break down everything you need to know in this video about the Jets' preseason finale. A lot of ugly sloppiness, and we're going to get into everything you need to know right here on the channel. Hit that like button if you guys enjoy the content here. Subscribe to Jets Media as well. We just finished a 4-hour live play-by-play reaction. I cannot wait. The next time I'm doing a live play-by-play reaction, it's going to be about a game that actually counts. Now, I'm not going to be doing a play-by-play watch party for week 1 because I will be at the game, but I will be live from the tailgate before the game, so stay tuned for the content there. So I'm just really excited because the next time the Jets play football, it's going to count. Now, let's get into some of the negatives to start off, okay? We'll save the positives for the end of the video. I got some things to say because both quarterbacks did not look good. Brady Cook looked awful. Martinez showed flashes, but I'll be honest, man, a little concerned about the depth at quarterback, especially with Tyrod Taylor out, potentially. We don't know how his knee is going to hold up. He missed the entire camp, missed the entire preseason. And we just got to hope Fields stays healthy, because if Justin Fields goes down, I don't know if I have any confidence in this Jets football team winning any games with Brady Cook or Adrian Martinez. I know some people love Brady Cook. They see upside. They see something. I have not been impressed with Brady Cook throughout preseason ball or training camp. I'm not saying he's a bum. He has flashes, but I don't see an NFL even quality backup in him personally. Adrian Martinez, I think, looks better. I always felt that way throughout this entire preseason process. If I evaluated both Martinez and Cook, I always felt like Martinez had a little bit more pocket presence, has an arm that's better, in my opinion. He did have a brutal interception that was just staring down the middle of the field, did not see the linebacker, he picked it off. I'm not saying Martinez is any good, but he looked better than Cook, in my opinion. That's my evaluation of the quarterbacks. The pass attack was kind of not too great tonight. It was the run game that did anything. Now, the next negative is the penalties, man. I mean, Jets had 10-plus penalties tonight, and the reason why I bring that up is Aaron Glenn keeps preaching in these press conferences and, discipline, and all these things, and you can talk the talk, but this team's got to walk the walk. Now, it's the backups that was doing the penalties. The starters didn't really have penalty issues in the preseason, but the pre-snap penalties, the holding, those are back-breaking. I mean, the first play on offense was a handoff that went for like 6 yards, and there was a holding penalty. Now it's 1st and 20. On the second drive, same thing. First down, handoff up the middle, holding. You can't have the first play on offense be a penalty like that. Just a drive killer, ruins the momentum. That needs to be fixed, and I hope that does not translate into the regular season with the starters, because that's going to be an issue. The Jets are not going to win a lot of football games if they're undisciplined, man. We were the worst team in the NFL last year with penalties. Aaron Glenn knows that. He's trying to nip it in the bud early. It may take some time, but that's definitely something we have to bring up here. Now let's get into some of the positives. Some players that definitely made a name for themselves. The first player has to be Malachi Moore. The Jets rookie safety was freaking awesome tonight. If you guys watched me throughout the draft process, when the Jets drafted him, I was saying that this was a potentially big steal. Because when you're a starting safety for Alabama for 2 years, a captain, like Malachi Moore was, you know how to ball, bro. And the Jets may have got a future starter. I don't think may. He's going to be a starting safety in this defense one day, even this season. He had 7 total tackles, 4 solo tackles, a tackle for loss, a pass breakup, and a really awesome pass that he intercepted. That was a deep ball, tracked the ball down over the shoulder. He also had a tremendous play as a special teams gunner. He was involved in every single play. Whenever the Eagles had a running back that got by the first line of defense, and he just had the safety to beat, Malachi Moore squared his hips, great open field tackling. I mean, everything he did was flawless. Hard hitter. There was a play where an Eagles running back kind of lowered his shoulder, got up, stood in Malachi Moore's face, and Malachi Moore stood his ground, got in his grill. Like, that right there just shows me the type of moxie he has. you can see the energy in him. Like, yo, this guy's got something special. He's not just your ordinary. Like, you got to read into the energy, the confidence, the trash talking, the discipline, the tackling fundamentals. Like, he just feels like a fundamentally sound, perfect Alabama safety. And anybody that is Alabama fans has reached out to me like, dude, Malachi Moore is a stud. Like, he's someone that should have went earlier in the draft. No one knows why he went where he went, but luckily the Jets got him. I think he's going to be a starting safety. He was never in risk of not making this team, by the way. He was always going to make the roster. He's the backup behind Tony Adams, and I think there's a world where he's going to start one day over Tony Adams. Tony Adams, he's got to play well, because if he starts struggling in the secondary, I think the Jets are going to replace him with Moore eventually. Now, another player that looked good, Jarek Bernard-Converse, I think made a name for himself tonight. I think his job is safe. Unfortunately, we did not see anything from Azareye'h Thomas, the Jets rookie corner from FSU. He was someone I was really high on. His injury did not come at a good time. Steve Wilks shouted him out in his press conference this week, and he's like, Azareye'h Thomas was looking really good, showing really great signs of progression. That injury came at the worst time. Did not see him play in the preseason at all. So he's not going to probably do anything this year as a rookie unless there's injuries. But I think Quantez Stiggers and JBC, they're above AZ Thomas in the depth chart just from the injury standpoint. Now, AZ is obviously not getting cut. He's staying on this roster, and he's going to be stashed, hopefully, as our long-term answer at cornerback. But that's really the secondary. Staying on the defensive side of the ball, and then we'll go to the offensive side of the ball. Braden McGregor, he looked really good. Number 55, he was an undrafted free agent from Michigan last year. He wore number 91 last season. He had a sack tonight. He was getting to the quarterback aggressively, and he stood out to me at practice this week. As you guys know, I was at practice for 2 practices, and he was flashing, man. Beating Olu Fashanu on certain reps, getting to Justin Fields, and then tonight, he definitely looked like the best edge rusher on the team. I'm curious to see if he makes this roster. Definitely something to watch out for. Peyton Page, the undrafted free agent from Clemson, defensive tackle. I think he's a practice squad candidate. I don't think he's going to make the team, but definitely a guy to watch to make the practice squad. Sticking with the defensive tackles, Leonard Taylor III did not really do a lot. I don't think he played much, but I wonder if he's going to get cut. I hope he doesn't. With the new trades that the Jets made of 2 new defensive tackles, it's going to be interesting to see what players make the roster at that position, of course. And then last but not least on defense, the linebackers impressed me tonight. Zaire Barnes, he had a crazy suplex, like tackle for loss. I mean, he definitely looks like a really good linebacker that the Jets are developing. He's the backup behind Quincy Williams. And then you have Francisco Maugua, our rookie linebacker from Miami. He's the backup behind Jamian Sherwood as the Mike linebacker. I thought he looked really good as well. So the Jets got 2 young linebackers, back-to-back picks, two drafts ago, and then this past draft in the middle of the round, Zaire Barnes and Francisco from Miami. I thought they looked solid. Now let's get over to the offense. I think the star tonight was Malachi Moore, but right next to him was Jamal Pritchett, man. The wide receiver, undrafted. He needs to make this team, bro. He absolutely needs to make this team. I thought he looked really juiced up. The speed. Now, he muffed the punt. He fumbled the punt. He recovered it. But outside of that play, he had a bounce back punt return for like 40-plus yards down the left sideline. Showed a tremendous speed. He was able to make multiple people miss with the ball in his hands. He had a highlight reel where he just made 2 defenders go by him, make some plays. I think he looks better than Xavier Gipson. Xavier Gipson's been injured throughout the entire preseason process. I'm okay with moving on from Gipson to give Jamal Pritchett that role of being a slot receiver and, of course, being the punt returner for this Jets football team. You can kiss Malachi Corley goodbye officially. There was a crazy report that we saw that I don't even want to get into that, but Malachi Corley, he's getting cut, man. He has done nothing on this team this preseason or training camp to make it feel like he's making this team. Jamal Pritchett made more plays. Even Brandon Smith looked good tonight, who can make the roster potentially, who knows. Quentin Skinner looked good. I mean, like even Dimer Miller made a play. Number 35 made a play over Malachi Corley. So he's cut. Goodbye for him. But very curious to see if Quentin Skinner makes the team. He had 2 catches tonight. Could he take Alan Lazard's roster spot? Alan Lazard is injured. If he starts the season on IR, that could be a path for the undrafted free agent wide receiver to make the team. But my prediction is Skinner does not make the team and he's a practice squad candidate. That would be my prediction. I hope he makes a team, but I just don't know right now. And then, you know, the running backs, they look solid. Kene Nwangwu, he showed some juice tonight. Donovan Edwards, he looked okay. But outside of that, man, the tight ends, Jeremy Ruckert, he started tonight, made no impact. I don't even know. Is he going to make this team? Because you look at the tight ends, Mason Taylor, Stone Smart. If you consider Andrew Beck a tight end / fullback, those are 3 players. There's a world where Ruckert gets cut. I wouldn't be shocked. He's entering the final year under his contract. That's someone that did not make any positive plays. So very interesting stuff. So those are the guys that look good and did not look good. You guys let me know if there's any players that I missed. I wish we won this game, of course, but we were not able to. Not the end of the world. Things got to get cleaned up for week 1 in terms of the sloppiness. But you guys let me know your biggest takeaways down below in the comments. Always love to hear what you guys have to say. As always, my name is Richie. And the next time the Jets play, it's going to count. Comment down below a Jet emoji if you stayed until the end of the video. I had a long night, so I got to get some sleep. Love you guys. Let's go Jets.